to create express entry profile for Canadian PR, the complete step-by-step online process and all the information you need to know. Coming up. Hey guys, this is Shitanshu from Dream Abroad. If you want to immigrate to Australia or Canada without paying hefty fee to the consultants, I've got tons of videos coming soon for you. Consider subscribing. Okay, without wasting any time, let's start the process. To start with, go to Google and type Canada immigration. Here, click on the first link you get. It will take you to the official website of Government of Canada. Click on sign in or create an account. Now scroll down and then click on continue to GC key. Here click on sign up to create a new account. Accept the terms and conditions. Here give a username that is unique. Let's see if it is a unique username or not. No, it is not unique. Okay. Click on continue. Yes, that's a unique username. Click on give a password. Your password should match the criteria mentioned towards the right. Click on continue. Now it will give you a few questions, a list of questions. You can select any question you want to. So I'll just select a question and then the answer. This is for the recovery of your account in case you forget the username or the password. So I'll just quickly go ahead to give the details here. Memorable person. You can give whatever you want here. I'm just giving it for a demo purpose. Hint. Alright, click on continue. Now profile is created and the username is created and your username is profile 2018. Okay, now click on continue again. Now again it will give you a few terms and conditions. Click on I accept. Now it will ask for your details, your name. So let's just say Dream. Okay, an email ID it wants. Let's say I'll give a random email ID here. And preferred language notification would be English. So obviously you have to give your own first name, last name, and your email ID here. Click on continue. Now here in this page, it will ask you to select a few, to give a few security questions and answers. So select it. I've already given it, so it is just picking up from the cache. So I'll quickly do this. Okay, click on continue. Now here it is asking you what would you like to do today. So if you have to apply for a visitor visa, study, or a work permit, you have to click here. But because you have to apply for an express entry visa, just click on this link here. Now it is asking if you have a personal reference code, but because you're creating this account for the first time, you don't have it. So you have to click on this express entry link again, and it will then determine your eligibility if you can apply, if you're eligible to apply the express entry visa or not. So just choose in which territory you want to visit. I'll just give Ontario here. You can choose anyone. It doesn't matter. So you need to submit the language test results. So which language test have you appeared? It's very important to complete the language test before creating this profile, because now it will ask for the specific details. You have to give the details here, and it cannot be an estimate or an assumption. So I'll just give the dates here. this date should be the date which on which you appeared for the test. Okay, enter the score for speaking. I'm just giving random scores here for listening, reading, and writing. Click on next. Then which other language test results do you have? Okay, so I'm selecting none here. In the last 3 years, how many years of skilled work experience do you have in Canada? So if you have any, you can select it. I'll just go by none. Again, none of the above because I don't have any experience. Now it is asking, in the last 10 years, how many of skilled work experience do you have? That is apart from Canada as well. So you can select whatever experience do you have. I'll just select 4 to 5. If you're now it is asking about the NOC code, I'll make a separate video on NOC code. So just asking if you're in the last 5 years, how many years of experience do you have for the NOC code? So I've just selected 2 or more. Yes, you can select whatever your experience is. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province? If you have, you can select yes. I'll just select no. How much money? So for this money, this is actually asking about your proof of funds that you will bring to Canada. So I'll just show you the proof of funds here. So the proof of funds, like if you're a family of one guy, you should have $12,475 with you minimum. If you're a family of 3 people, you should have around 19,000 Canadian dollars with you. So I'll just provide this link in the description below. So just in case you want to go in details, you can read it. So I'm just assuming you're a single guy who's coming in. So just select this option. How many family members do you have? Okay, 1. Let's move ahead. Do you have a valid job offer in Canada? No. If you have, you can select yes and you'll get more points for it. What is your date of birth? So just let's say I'm selecting any date of birth here. Now it is asking for ECA, that is your education credential assessment. So you must have completed it in last 5 years. So whichever degree it is equivalent to, you should mention it over here. You should select that option. Let's say just selecting a bachelor's degree. If you have master's or PhD, you can select these options or accordingly. Click on next. You can select all the options which apply. If you have a full-time study in Canada for if you have studied full-time in Canada for 2 years or more, if you have any sibling in Canada who's a permanent resident or citizen, I'll just click none of the above. Next. Your marital status. If I select married here, then it will ask me the specific details about my spouse. Okay, so if you're married, you can go ahead and select this, and then it will ask very specific details for your spouse as well. And it will also ask about the results of IELTS that for your spouse. So you should make sure that before you create this profile, even your spouse should have appeared for the IELTS test. Okay, click on next. All right, so now it is told me that based on your answers, you appear to be eligible for express entry. Okay, so let's move ahead and create our profile. So it is asking a few details again. Let me just give the details here. Oh, sorry. You have to give your your last name first and then your first name here. Gender male. Date of birth already picked. Marital status, it's asking again. Single. Next. Okay, so now when we have finalized that you are eligible for the express entry program, so you have to fill in all these details here, which is personal details, contact details, study and languages, application details, representative, and work histories. We'll fill up all these forms one by one. Click on Start Form for the first one. It will ask, tell us about the name which is there in the passport, country of birth, say India, town of birth, say Delhi. Next, marital status single. If I have selected, if I'll select like married here, it will obviously ask for my spouse as well. Click on next. Does stream abroad have a passport? So you have to select yes, then only you should be able to proceed. Give the passport number. I'll just give a random number here. Where it was issued in India, issued date. So let's say 2010, January 1. Will expire after 10 years. So 2020, January 1. Save and add. Now these details are added here. If you want, you can modify it. If you want, you can delete the row and add it again. Click on next again. Okay, it's now asking about the citizenship. So some people might have a dual citizenship, so they can add an insert a row here and then add the different citizenship that they have. If you're living outside India, you can give that place now in the country of residence. Just in case if you're in India and you're applying from India, you should give India here. Select next again. How many family members do you have? This includes yourself, your spouse, dependent children. So this doesn't include your parents or siblings. So please be cautious about that. If you're a single guy, while giving your family members here, don't include your parents. So let's say just one. How much money are you bringing? 13,000. Does clean abroad have a relative? So if you have a relative, give the details here. If not, say no. Save and exit. So let's see. Think something is missing there. So it is still saying in progress. Let's go there. Check for completeness. So the error is in this field here. Okay, I missed this one. Sorry about that. Just applied to immigration before. Just say no. If you have applied, you can say yes. Save and exit. Okay, so this one is complete. The personal details, this section is complete. Let's go to the second section of which is the contact details. Language of correspondence, say English. Next, your email address. So if you've given this email address before, just repeat that email address. This will be email address for any correspondence. So please make sure that you're giving the right email address. Okay, this one is also completed. The third one is language, study and languages. So here in this one, which studies have you completed? So have you completed the high schooler before or any higher education? Say yes. Then it will ask the details about your study. I'll just select any random detail here. You have to select your particular details. Let's say 2010, month of January. This is my current study. Yes, okay. Full time. Certificate or diploma. Your country of study. If you've studied from outside India, you can select your country. If you selected from India, you can select India. City of town of studies. I'll say New Delhi again. name of institution, give your college name, level of education. So if you have completed bachelor's or master's, you can give it here. Have you been awarded a Canadian degree or certificate for this period? So no. So if in case you haven't got a Canadian degree, then you should have completed your educational credential assessment. So select yes, and it should have been cleared in the last 5 years only. So which organization? Let's say World Education Services. Which date? If you have completed it, whenever you have got that report, you can give that date here. It will also have a certificate number. So I'm just giving a random number here. You have to give that particular number because it will they will cross check it. So what did they report in their assessment? If it is equivalent, if your degree is equivalent to the bachelor's degree of Canada, you should select bachelor's. It might be a case that they didn't recognize your master's, so in that case also you'll have to select your bachelor's only. So save and add. After that you have to let's just see which is okay. Complete full academic years. Problematic field is complete full academic years. Just a moment. Let's say 2. Save and add. So this is added here. Now you have the details added. Let's go to next. So it will again ask which language test did you appear for. Language test version, IELTS. So you have to appear for IELTS general training. The academics won't work here. So it will ask the results here. When did you get the results? So you should get the results after 13 days. So make sure you choose the right date here. Your certificate number again. So I'm just giving the random number here. You have to give your certificate number. Okay, this it has already picked from your assessment. So have you taken any test for French skills? So in case you have, that will be an additional point. So you can select that as yes. Now move ahead, save and exit. So this something seems to be still pending in this one. Just click here, study and languages. Let's see what is pending. Check for completeness. So this field here is pending. Yes. If you can communicate both in English and French, you can select that. I'll just select English here. Okay. Let's just save and exit. Okay, it still says that something is pending. Let's go again. Check for completeness. All right. Have you appeared for a French test? Let's say no. Save and exit. Now, so now it is complete. Okay, move ahead to application details. So provinces or where you're interested to move in Canada, where you want to live, you can select the provinces. Let's say you're interested in Ontario and Alberta and British Columbia. So you can give all these 3 here. Now it is asking that for some authorization, so let's select yes. Yes. Okay, next. So if you have a nomination from any province or territory, you can select yes, else no. Save and exit. So we have completed 4 sections now. Let's go to the 5th section, which is representative. So an applicant can appoint a person. So if you are applying through a consultancy, you can select Yes as here, a representative or a designated individual. But because if you don't have anybody, if you're not applying through a consultancy or some other person, you can select no here. Save and exit. Okay, now the work history. Click on start form again. Now it will ask you about your NOC code. So from here you can click on the, you can find your NOC code. I'll just pick any NOC here. Um, let's see. I'll just pick this one, 0011 So now it is asking when did Dream Abroad first became qualified to practice this occupation. So whenever you cleared your exams, so let's say if it was 2010, the month was July, we go next. Do you have a certificate of qualification? No. Next. Do you have a job offer in Canada? If you have it, you'll get additional points again. So you can select yes, but I'll select no here. Check the list at the bottom of the form to see if you have already saved. Okay, so the question here is that will the current and previous job abilities for previous jobs are eligible for express entry. So do you have any work history? Yes. So obviously you have to give your details here. So I'll just select no here. So if you have, you can give, you can select yes, and then you can select all those details. Click on next. The following questions are about your education and work experience in Canada. So IRCC will only use this information for research. So anything you fill in here won't actually affect your profile. So select yes. Have you looked for a job in Canada in your primary occupation? Say yes. Yeah, I have done some research to find a job in Canada. So have you checked if your education and work experience in your primary occupation would be accepted in Canada? Select yes. With whom did you check it? So let's say you can say a friend or a relative. Okay, some jobs are regulated in Canada. You would need a license or certification to practice these jobs, like a lawyer or somebody or a dentist. So do you have your primary occupation or trade is regulated? So I'll say no. You can select no if you have a very generic job like an IT engineer or teacher. You can select that. Now again, save and exit. Let's see if we have filled everything here. Alright, so all the forms have been completed, and if you want you can update all of these. So it's better you review all of these because once it is submitted you won't be able to change it, and if you change it um, then your application might be disqualified because they'll take it as you have given wrong information to them, because only on the basis of this profile your CRS score will be calculated. Okay, so click on continue. So you have declaration and electronic signature, so it will, you should definitely read it before confirming. I agree. I agree. Give the name here. Your favorite color. So I think I gave red here. So obviously you should be very sure by this point, you should be very sure that all the information that you have provided is correct to the best of your knowledge, and you haven't given any false information to the Canadian agency, because they will actually, they might actually cross-check it. Obviously, they take so much time after you submit your application to cross-check all of those documents which you will provide. So please make sure you don't give any wrong information. Okay? Oh, sorry, my bad. This was asking if there's. I thought it is my favorite color. My bad. Sorry. So you should give it as Ferrari and then move ahead. You should obviously give your right answer. So you see the security questions that you give right at the starting is so crucial. So after clicking transmit, you won't be able to change any details. So please make sure that but before clicking transmit, you should have completed and reviewed all your information. So congratulations, you have successfully submitted your application. So this is it. This was the complete process of applying the Canadian PR through Express Entry program. After this, what will happen is you will receive a message in your account shortly with your confirmation number and a link to your official receipt. So you have to make sure that you have got that confirmation number. And if we need more information from you, then they'll reach back to you. You'll again see there's a message in your account, and if you've received a decision, that is if you've received an ITA, you'll again get a message in your message box in this within this application. Okay, so you won't get that in mail. You would get something like there's a message in your inbox. You'll get this mail. So when you see that mail in your mailbox, just come back to this account, log in again, and then you'll be able to find it. I'll just exit the questionnaire and log out from this account. Right, guys? So this was the complete process of applying the of creating your profile for to receive an ITA. And this is also called expression of interest, which is EOI. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any queries or doubts, please comment in the comment section below. I would also love to hear the feedback from you. Please like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.